Hey, how y'all doing out there? I got some old crazy news for y'all. They found the dead body of a 15-year-old girl in the back of this man's trunk, and they still ain't making no arrest. It's sort of like the media is celebrating the fact that this young man is getting away with murder. I don't know what type of ritualistic nonsense this man tied into, but it's definitely looking like a sacrifice.
We now know the name and new details about the teenage girl who was found dead inside a Tesla owned by singer David. You may remember her body was discovered at a tow yard here in L.A. The L.A. County Medical Examiner identified the girl as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who was reported missing last year. NBC4's Alex Rozier joins us live from Lake Elsinore, where Celeste was last seen. Alex.
Yeah, the family lives on this street in Lake Elsinore, and today the brother told us that the family is all grieving. She said that they knew that she had a relationship with the singer David, but now they're trying to figure out how she ended up dead in his Tesla. Today's shock on Jamieson Street in Lake Elsinore after people here learned the news that their neighbor was found dead.
It's just really unfortunate to hear the news. I didn't find out till today.
This morning, the L.A. County Medical Examiner identified 15-year-old Celeste Rivas as the person who was found dead at a Hollywood tow yard in early September in the trunk of singer David's Tesla. The medical examiner is still trying to determine the cause of her death.
She was very lively, and, at the time I wouldn't expect anything to happen to her like that.
Family first reported Rivas missing in the Lake Elsinore area in April of last year. Her mom posted this flyer on Facebook asking people to share it. She said she was desperate and worried for her daughter who had gone missing. After learning news of Celeste's death, family returned to their Lake Elsinore home today. Her brother told NBC News that he was aware that his sister knew the singer David. Matthew Rivas said when she went missing, she was on her way to see a movie with him, but never returned. Matthew went on to say, quote, she would leave with him and he would drop her off in that same vehicle that was supposedly abandoned. David is currently on tour, and his show tonight in Seattle has been canceled. After the teen was found dead in the Tesla, his spokesperson told NBC4 Investigates, quote, David has been informed about what's happened, and although he is still out on tour, he is fully cooperating with the authorities. As of now, the LAPD is not saying any crime has been committed. In a statement today, the department said, quote, at this time, the LAPD does not have a crime classification from the coroner as to the mode or manner of death. Thus, we do not have any suspect information at this time. In Lake Elsinore, people are grieving because they have now learned Celeste is dead.
It's different when it's on your street, especially, but any girl, anyone missing and found dead is just awful.
And we did reach out to David's publicist and attorney for reaction today and for more details on how the 20-year-old singer knew 15-year-old Celeste, but we did not hear back. Again, this investigation is ongoing. So far, no arrests have been made.
I don't know if people of the world getting dumber and dumber by the second, but what type of investigators do they need to figure this out? They could hire some elementary school kids to come to the conclusion that this man is a murderer, but somehow, some way, they using this poor girl's death for entertainment purposes just to fill up the blogs and the news. And this is disgusting. If they don't put that boy in cuffs, if it was your car and you had a dead body decomposing in the trunk, it wouldn't even be nothing to talk about.
We have an update right now on a disturbing story out of California, where Los Angeles police have identified badly decomposed human remains found inside of an impounded Tesla last week. Investigators say the car is registered to singer and songwriter David, who rose to fame with hits on TikTok. He was on tour when that body was found. A spokesperson says that he is fully cooperating with authorities. NBC News correspondent Liz Kreutz joins us now from Los Angeles with more details. Liz, where do things stand right now?
Yeah, Morgan, so a really sad update here. It's been over a week that investigators have now been trying to identify the body that was found inside this impounded Tesla here in Los Angeles. And authorities have now identified that person, and they say that it's a teenager who was inside that car. And they've identified this person as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas of Riverside County. And authorities have actually confirmed that this is a young woman whose family reported her missing last year. So she's been missing for for over a year. She was 14 when she went missing. The medical examiner's office says that this young woman was wearing a tube top, black leggings, a yellow metal chain bracelet, and stud earrings. She was described as having wavy black hair and weighing around 71 pounds. A cause of death right now is still pending, but this was an incident that began last Monday on September 8th is when police were called to a tow company here in Los Angeles because of a foul odor that was coming from a Tesla. The car was impounded after a person had reported that it was an abandoned car. They say that, according to law enforcement sources, that her body was not intact. And that it appeared that she may have been dead inside that car for an extended period of time. We are out to law enforcement trying to get more details on this, on what they know as this investigation continues. And Morgan, a spokesperson for the artist David, said that he is fully cooperating, as you said, with authorities. He does have a scheduled performance on his tour here in Los Angeles this coming Saturday.
It's almost Halloween time and people infatuated with death. All the horror fans out there excited about this new murder. The FBI agents want to keep this thing going just so they could have a job to do during the Halloween season. This thing's spooky. People got on their costumes already and it ain't even October yet. This young lady is being celebrated for her death. Everybody marveling at the fact that this young man is a famous R&B singer with a body in his trunk. They treat him like he Kurt Cobain, the second coming of Charlie Manson. He might never do no time in jail. That's how twisted America is right now. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. He lost his life and people celebrating the fact that he dead online the same way they did with Kevin Samuels. People don't care about nobody's life. People more concerned about people's death. And that's why it's looking like the news and the media don't care about this girl at all.
It's been a busy day of developing news. So the body found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular music artist David is that of a teenage girl missing since April of last year. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez live in Lake Elsinore. This stunning development in this case. Christina.
Yeah, her name was Celeste Rivas. She was last seen leaving her home here back in 2024. Her family thought she was missing. She was declared missing back then. They had no idea there could even be a connection to the body in the Tesla until they got a call from TMZ last week. Now, keep in mind that David has been cooperating with authorities. He has not been named a person of interest, let alone a suspect. But at this point, this concert in Seattle, the next concert date, has been canceled, and people here are saying, what's going on? Take a look. Few words from those arriving at the Lake Elsinore home where 15-year-old Celeste Rivas disappeared in April of 2024. Where her family has just found out that it is her partially dismembered body that was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular singer-songwriter David Anthony Burke, known by the stage name David. TMZ broke the girl's identification after speaking to her mother.
It was a very heart-wrenching conversation. She was very upset and said that all she knew is that, her daughter had been missing all of this time. She told us that she was aware that there was a boyfriend named David.
And that her daughter had a tattoo with the letters "Shh" on her right index finger.
That the color of the ink of that tattoo was red, which was something that police had not released to the public.
The singer, who has been cooperating with police, had continued his tour after the body was discovered, but he just canceled his next date in Seattle.
But it just seemed odd to us that, gosh, your car, such a grisly discovery in your car, and that you're just out on tour, you would think that, you'd want to find out what happened here, because this is just a very bizarre case.
Especially because one of his videos actually features a body being put in the trunk of a car.
It's just eerie considering what ended up happening in David's car.
I just hope that the truth comes forward.
Celeste's neighbors on the street she grew up at.
Justicia.
Justice is what family and friends are asking for.
Whatever happened could happen to someone else, and it's just scary.
Now, again, at this point, I want to emphasize David. He's been cooperating with authorities, supposedly, but his next tour date, the one in Seattle, was canceled. He's supposed to be in San Francisco Friday and then come here to the Greek. We haven't heard from those venues yet. We have reached out. We have yet to hear back from LAPD. We'll keep you updated.
I ain't never heard his music before, but he must make a hell of a ballad for them to still have him out there in society, even though they found a decomposing, dead body of a 15-year-old girl in his trunk. Let it have been me or any of y'all out there. Y'all already know that y'all to be sitting somewhere in cuffs. Is he a part of Beyonce's entourage? Did Jay-Z sign him? Who he signed to? Lucifer Records? We need to figure this out, because this young man is beyond evil, but seeing how they letting him get away with it, seeing how they making it seem like they don't know what to do, like they can't tell a suspect when a man is beyond suspect at this point. He got a music video of him putting dead bodies in the trunk, and they can't connect the dots that he the one that put the dead body in the trunk.
I spoke with Charles Ladibaudiere. He's executive producer of TMZ. You've seen him a million times with Harvey Levin. And it was TMZ who first made some of the connections between the missing 13-year-old girl and the body in the trunk of David's car. Here's our conversation. Charles, it's good to have you. Do we know how long Celeste's body was in that Tesla?
That is a big question at this point, Ashley. What we do know is that the car was impounded on the 5th of September. The police discovered the body in the Tesla on the 8th of September. Now, we also know that the car had been abandoned on that street in the Hollywood Hills for at least 3 days before it was impounded. We've also spoken to neighbors in that area who said that there were people who had walked by the car and had noticed a bad odor, and that they kind of thought it was either a dead animal somewhere, either under the car or near the car. But when they called the police to report this car abandoned, they didn't mention the odor. They just thought it was a dead animal somewhere in the area. And then, of course, the police had the car in the impound yard for a couple of days before suddenly someone there was like, yeah, there's something off here. And that's when they opened that front hatch on the Tesla and found the bag with the body parts.
And they call that the frunk, if I'm not mistaken, in the front of the Tesla. It's like the trunk in the front, so to speak. But that's a really good point of forensic interest, that there was someone who noticed something that didn't smell right when the car was abandoned on that California street. So that would indicate that the body was in there probably prior to the impound lot. Are they able to determine how Celeste died at this point?
The medical examiner has said that the cause of death is deferred. Meaning they have not been able to figure it out at this point, and there's going to be further toxicology testing. It may just be that, remember, what was put in that bag, the body had been dismembered, and maybe they don't have enough at this point to positively say this was the cause of death. It sounds weird to say they don't have a cause of death because, look, it's LAPD robbery homicide that is investigating. The body being dismembered would lead one to believe that this is a homicide, but they just don't have that forensically yet. They can't say for sure what the cause of death is.
And not to be too graphic, but it's important for the investigation and obviously for the autopsy as well. She was not found in her complete, her complete body wasn't found. These were parts. And if I'm not mistaken, was it a head and a torso and that's it?
Yeah, there was also, you're right, this is just very grisly to say, but I don't know if they had all the limbs. They certainly had some of them, because the police did say that she had this tattoo, which is very interesting, something we found out, but she had a tattoo on her right index finger that said the letters S.H.H.H ... And that was on her right index finger. We had actually spoken to Celeste's mother last week. And at that point, the police had said that the tattoo was there, but the mom told us more information, which the police had not released, which was that
The tattoo was in red ink.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it since they act like they don't know how to say it. This was a sacrifice, plain and simple, on some Hollywood secret society madness. Is it because his name David? They trying to make this thing biblical? Now, y'all know in the Bible, they said David was a murderer, an adulterer, a serial killer, and a whole bunch of other things. But they ain't say nothing about him being an R&B singer. How come this man not in cuffs? I swear, they trying to make a spooky atmosphere for Halloween, and it's definitely working. Every time I see one of these brothers out there in the street, I'm calling ICE. Send him back to the Congo Republic. Send him back to Senegalese or something like that. Take him back to the Sudan. He ain't got no business over here. And for y'all people out there, I'm talking to my brothers now that's trying to date outside y'all race. Y'all want y'all a pretty little something with curly hair. It's brothers like him that's making it hard for all y'all out there. The passport bros gonna get arrested as soon as they get to the border. And not to mention, this young lady was only 15 years old with a tattoo of this man's name on her fingers. Wasn't she too young for tattoos? Where her parents was at? They let her date this man? Oh, because he a R&B singer with money? Rest in peace to this young lady, man. This thing creepy. It was a sacrifice. He took her out so his music career could flourish. And while she was decomposing in that trunk, he was out there on tour, selling out arenas and things, living his wildest dreams. And he knew exactly what was going on. That was the whole point. That was the whole plan. And for the world to find out about it and him being free to do whatever he want to do, and they ain't even thinking about arresting him. It was a Hollywood sacrifice. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, man.
Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want, but if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk. Baby girl, back it up.